Hello, my friends, and welcome to the 52 Coffees podcast. I'm Cindee Williams, your host, and I am so thankful that you are here with me today. 4 years ago in 2020, when everybody was running into their homes, I made a pact with myself, a challenge. I needed to make deeper connections. I needed more friendships, more women friendships. And so I said, I am going to take one woman out to coffee every single week for 52 weeks. I was 52 years old, 52 weeks. It had to be somebody that I did not know. And the two main purposes were to learn her story and how I could bring value to her life. And in doing that, my world transformed. And so the 52 Coffees podcast was born. And I am here today. I want you to grab your cup of coffee, and we're going to sit down and talk about something today that will propel you with rocket fuel into 2025. But first, I want you to know that the 52 Coffees podcast is sponsored by Lead My Life, which is my dynamic coaching and community platform for women who are ready to gain confidence, reignite purpose, and start living that life that you've been dreaming of. Does that sound good? Go check it out at leadmylife.com. We would love to have you join the community. So today, we're going to talk about tossing your vision boards. Okay, so we all love the vision board parties, right? Okay, I got my vision board right here. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it, but if you can't, there it is. There's my vision board. But here's the thing: the first vision board party I went to was so fun. You know, we sipped wine and we cut magazine clippings and we put them down and we put them on a giant board, and that was fun. And then we took them home and we forgot about them. In fact, you know that January 19th is called Quitters Day? It's recognized as Quitters Day, because we are so short-sighted. We are so poor at setting those long-term expectations for ourselves that we're only 19 days into the year and we say, you know what? That probably wasn't such a good idea after all. But I don't want that to be you this year. I don't want that to be me this year in 2025. I want you go have fun at your vision board parties. Go have fun. It's adult scrapbooking, right? It's fun. Go do that. But let's make a plan. Let's talk about 3 simple things that you can do to take that vision board and exponentially grow it in 2025 to actually do something with it. You know, funny story, I was getting my teeth cleaned last year, and my dental hygienist, you know how they talk to you when you're getting your teeth cleaned and it's really hard for you to talk back because they're in your mouth? And she was talking to me, and she knows what I do. She knows that I speak and that I coach and all that. She goes, "Oh, you'll be so proud of me. I created a vision board." And I went, "Oh, that's great." And I go, "When did you do that?" 2 years ago. "Oh, that's fantastic. So what have you accomplished on your vision board?" "Oh, nothing, but it's really pretty. In fact, it's so pretty. And my husband and I loved it so much that we framed it and we put it on the wall in our bedroom." Well, my friends, that's not a vision board. That is abstract art. And you don't want your visions, your dreams to be just something that you hang up on the wall and look at every day and go, I wish I may, I wish I might. We want our dreams to be put into action. We want them to have feet and we want them to take off. So how can we do that even when life gets hard? Even when our goals and our plans and everything get derailed, how can we bring life to those dreams, to our visions? Okay, so 3 simple steps. Number 1, create. Create that vision. And yeah, that could be a vision board. I'm a visual person. I'm very creative and I love making a vision board. It could be written down. I have a client who does everything between her and Mr. Chat GPT, and that's her thing, and she's able to really get what's in her head out and form something around it, form a vision around it. So whatever that looks like to you, create your vision, get out of your head what you're dreaming of, and get it down into writing, into an app, into a journal, into some form where you can start working with it. Okay, example. This past year, in January, I think it was January 8th, my husband and I, we had been dreaming for a long time of getting more into the real estate investing side. I had my real estate license for about 4 years. I was kind of tired of doing the transactional side. I wanted to start doing something more for us, in our 50s, 60s. And we went to a Life Surge event. And the Life Surge, if you don't know about it, it's a Christian event. Ed Milet's involved. John Maxwell is involved this year. A lot of big name Christian influencers and the Benham brothers. Really, really powerful event. But it teaches Christians to get out of their bubble, to get out of their short-term worldviews that we're all getting out of here, an escapist mentality, and it focuses in on how we can make an impact in this world today and in the future. And it was for Christian entrepreneurs, for Christian people maybe who wanted to be business owners or were business owners, on how they could use their money to fuel their mission. And boy, did that get our wheels turning. And we started dreaming. This is just one year ago. Oh, not even a year ago, January 8th last year. And we sat there all day long. In fact, I wasn't even going to bring my husband, but I brought my husband and we started dreaming together. I think that's a beautiful thing about being an empty nester. It's a lot of times our dreams are for our children as we're raising them up and we're pouring ourselves into them. And we want to make sure that they have everything they need, all the tools, all the equipment that they need to go and propel forward in life. But we forget about our own dreams. We put those on hold. We box them up and put them back on the back shelf. But when that element it's not gone, but now they're out of the nest, it's a time when the two of you can start dreaming together. And that's what this event ignited in us. And I want you to know that today I'm in my flight gear because we're going to be hopping on a plane right after I talk here. And we're flying to Charleston, South Carolina, and we are participating in our first tax deed real estate auction. And live, we've been doing them online, but that is a result of creating a vision back in January, taking action on it, developing the discipline, tracking the habits, and then doing the thing. Doing the thing. We didn't just go to that event and go, wow, that was really inspiring. That was really motivating. I'm going to put some magazine clippings on the wall and just think about that for the rest of the year, because wouldn't that just be a beautiful thing? No, we took action on it. And not just us, hundreds of people in the audience took action on that. They created a vision for their own lives and their own families. So think today, start dreaming, start giving yourself, not time, giving yourself some space, some mental space to dream. That may be saying no to some things right now that are not serving you, that are overwhelming you, that are not necessary for you to propel forward in life. Give yourself some space in time to sit and dream and envision what your future could look like. What you may look like on New Year's Eve 2025 if you actually put some feet to your vision board. That's just one thing that took off for us this past year. And we had to work really hard, but that was my husband and I. And then I had multiple dreams and things that I wanted to accomplish. And the next thing that I'm going to tell you, step number two, after you create that vision, step number two is what started putting it into motion. You need to make a plan. You need to make a plan. If you don't have a plan, then it's just abstract art, that vision board on your wall. You have to have a plan surrounding it. What are the steps that you are going to take to get there? So for us, it required hiring coaches, entering programs, getting education. For me, I needed different certifications for what I wanted to do. I needed to surround myself with people who are wanting to do what I do at a way higher level, who are moving faster and stronger than I was, so that I could watch them and learn how to do what they were doing. That's making a plan. That's developing the skills. That's setting you up for success. If you don't put that part, if you don't put action to your vision, it's never going to happen. What can you do to make a plan? And I highly recommend, I had never even thought about coaching before. The last time I had a coach was my high school tennis coach. And I highly believe in coaching. In fact, if you are going to hire a coach, one little secret tip here, pro tip, ask them who they are being coached by, or if they have a coach. Because if they don't believe in coaching themselves, why are they coaching you? Right? They have to believe in mentoring, they have to believe in coaching. So that's one very powerful way that you can start accomplishing is by surrounding yourselves with people who are doing what you want to do, and they're doing it faster and stronger than you're doing it, and you get to emulate them. Great way to make a plan. A plan may also require that you eliminate some things from your life that aren't serving you. Because once you have that vision, you may say, hey, you know what? I belong to this board. I sit on the board of this organization over here, but it's not really in line with what I want to accomplish in life. So you may have to step down. You may have to stop doing one job that you're doing and do something else that better aligns with your vision. That's okay. It takes some hard decisions. It takes saying no to things that are good in order for you to accomplish what's best. So think about that. And the third thing that I like to tell people is you need to start tracking your habits. And there's going to be some new habits that you have to develop in order to achieve your dreams. There just is. If you want to go lose 100 pounds, then yeah, you need to make a plan. You need to surround yourself by some people who have done that and who are going to take you by the hand and pull you up. And then you need to start developing some new habits. And remember, habits, James Clear in Atomic Habits, he says that the habits are simply behaviors, and they're neither good nor bad. They are just behaviors that get a result. So if your habits, your behaviors, are getting you a result that is not desirable, then we need to stop it. We need to learn how to stop it. And again, that's going back to surrounding yourself by people who are doing it at a higher level than you and follow them. Get some support around you and make that plan. If you are having behaviors that are giving you good results, then do more of that. Do more of that. So that's for us to figure out. So if you are wanting to take that vision board, if you're wanting to go to your vision party, go to your vision party. Go do it. Go create your board. But be serious about it. Be intentional about it. Be aware of the person that you are in order to accomplish that. And then set some plans in motion that are going to take you through the year. One thing I like to do with tracking habits and making a plan is a year is a really long time. That's why we get off track on January 19th, because to us, 19 days is long. So to do something for an entire year, that requires us to develop a completely different mindset. It requires us to develop a new lifestyle in order for it to be put into motion for that long. So I like to take something that's a year I don't even like to call it a goal. I call them milestones because I believe you reach one, you celebrate, and then you move on to the next. It's not a goal where you achieve it and boom, you're done. And what's next? Oftentimes we get really depressed when we finish our goals. But you set up those milestones, and then you're surrounding yourselves with the right people. You're putting things into place. And my friend, you are going to accomplish more than you ever imagined. In fact, if you take that year and you break it down into those 90-day segments, and I call it my 1-4-3 method because I go even farther with my coaching clients. We take 90 days and then we break it into 1 day, 4 weeks, 3 months. And what are the habits that we need to incrementally develop, the daily micro habits that are going to get you across the finish line? And when you get to that woman on New Year's Eve 2025, you are not even going to recognize her. And you may accomplish everything that you put on that vision board in 90 days. I tell you, because when we put a plan into action and we surround ourselves with support, the trajectory is through the roof, through the roof. So that's my thoughts for you today. I want you to create your vision boards, but I want you to put some teeth into it. Put some teeth into it. Toss the vision board and start taking note of those 3 steps in your life so that you can start living the life of your dreams. If you enjoyed this, comment below, subscribe, and I will be talking to you next week. Goodbye, my friends.